How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And I appreciate everybody taking their time watching my videos. Most of my life I lived in Florida. And for the longest time, a lot of people called Florida the gunshine state. And the reason was because how many concealed weapon permit holders there was in the state. And at one time, there were over 2 million concealed weapon permit holders in Florida. And that even surpassed Texas. But last year, those numbers started to fall. But not for a bad reason, because Florida lawmakers passed a law that you can carry a concealed firearm without a permit. So even though the concealed weapon permits are dropping in Florida, it's for a good reason, because now they don't need to have a permit to carry. So in a lot of people's minds, that made Florida even more known as the gunshine state. But the only thing Florida has been lacking is open carry in the state without a permit. And right now, there's just one Republican, not a Democrat, a Republican, that is putting a stop to that. Recently, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said in an interview that Florida may soon loosen its gun laws even more, which would allow open carry of guns in public places. So the governor's all for it. And even earlier this month, the governor said, you may get that in this upcoming session. So we have the governor that's all for it. The Florida Legislature has what they call a supermajority. But I mentioned there's one Republican that's holding up the whole process. And he's the new GOP Senate President. And his name is Bob Albritton. Albritton said he isn't on board with it. And the reason he said he's not on board, because of objections he's heard from law enforcement. And of course, those who are in favor of gun rights are really pissed off at this guy. And according to the Florida State Director of Gun Owners of America, Senate President Ben Albritton spit in the face of gun owners after they sent Republicans to Tallahassee with a resounding victory on a pro-gun mandate. Albritton also said he has reservations about possible open carry legislation in the state. He said, I trust my law enforcement officials, and that's where he stands. And of course, the gun control idiots feared that if they allow open carry in Florida, it would lead to more violence and would hurt tourism. But that's the same thing they said last year when they passed permitless carry, and nothing like that has happened. Some Senate Democrats in Florida also said, if open carry is passed, hate groups could exploit the law to display their guns in a public show of force. But one person in Florida that's on side of the Second Amendment said, the Second Amendment doesn't state it has to be concealed. It says people have the right to keep and bear arms. Now personally, I'm not a big fan of open carry, but I think law-abiding citizens should be able to. And in my eyes, and I think in a lot of other people's eyes, Florida will not become the gunshine state again unless they do pass permitless open carry. As always, I would really like to hear your thoughts on today's video in the comment section. And if you enjoy videos like this, and you also want to help the channel out and help it to continue to grow, I just ask you to take a few seconds of your time to please like, share, and subscribe and hit those post notifications. I really would appreciate it. And I invite each and every one of you to come back and watch my next video.